When Tolu meets Jisoo, a Nigerian girl in a Korean school. Tolu stood at the gates of her new school, gripping the straps of her Ankara-patterned backpack tightly. The large, modern building loomed before her, its glass windows gleaming under the morning sun. Around her, students in identical navy blazers and skirts walked briskly, their chatter filling the air. She felt her chest tighten as she took her first step through the gates. The voices around her quieted as curious eyes landed on her. Her deep brown skin and cornrow braids made her stand out starkly. "They're staring," she thought, her heart racing. Inside the classroom, the teacher introduced her. "This is Tolu Adeyemi. She's joining us from Nigeria. Let's make her feel welcome." The class erupted in polite applause, though a few students whispered among themselves. Tolu managed a nervous smile, bowing awkwardly. As she took her seat at the back of the room, she heard faint murmurs. The whispers, though in Korean, felt heavy with curiosity. Tolu tried to focus on the teacher, but the alienness of her surroundings weighed on her. At lunchtime, Tolu found herself in the cafeteria, staring blankly at rows of dishes. Bowls of soup, plates of rice, and a strange, wriggling dish she couldn't identify filled the counter. "What is that moving thing?" she muttered under her breath. A voice answered behind her. "It's Sanokji, live octopus. You've never seen it before?" Startled, she turned to find a boy with soft features and a shy smile standing behind her. "No," Tolu replied with a chuckle. "Where I'm from, our food doesn't move." The boy laughed. "I'm Jisoo. You're the new student, right?" "Tolu," she said, relieved by his friendliness. Jisoo guided her through the cafeteria, explaining the dishes and helping her pick something less intimidating, a bowl of rice and grilled chicken. As they sat together, he asked about her home country. "We eat rice too," Tolu said, "but Nigerian jollof rice is a masterpiece. You'd love it." Their conversation flowed easily, and for the first time that day, Tolu felt a little less out of place. Over the next few days, Jisoo became Tolu's unofficial guide. He helped her navigate the school's customs, how to greet teachers, when to bow, and even how to eat properly with chopsticks. "Back home, we'd just use our hands for this," Tolu said, laughing as she fumbled with the utensils. Jisoo smiled. "Well, in Korea, we'll teach you the chopstick way." But their cultural exchange wasn't one-sided. Tolu introduced Jisoo to Afrobeats music one afternoon after school. "Feel the rhythm," she said, swaying her hips effortlessly. Jisoo tried to mimic her movements but ended up tripping over his feet. Tolu doubled over with laughter. "You're hopeless," she teased. Despite her growing friendship with Jisoo, Tolu couldn't shake the feeling of being different. One day, she overheard two classmates talking in Korean. "She's so loud," one girl said. "And her hair, it's strange." Another voice responded, "Yeah, but she seems nice. Maybe we should talk to her." Tolu didn't wait to hear more. She walked away quickly, her eyes stinging with tears. Their words echoed in her mind, even though she knew they didn't fully understand her. That evening, Tolu sat alone in the library, trying to focus on her homework. Jisoo found her there. "Why are you hiding?" he asked softly. "I'm not hiding," she muttered, keeping her eyes on her notebook. Jisoo sat beside her. "You heard them, didn't you?" Tolu looked up, her eyes filled with frustration. "Sometimes, I wonder if I made a mistake coming here. I feel so out of place." Jisoo placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to prove anything to them, Tolu. Just be yourself. They'll see how amazing you are." The school announced a cultural day event, and Jisoo encouraged Tolu to participate. "This is your chance," he said. "Show them who you are." Tolu hesitated but eventually agreed. On the day of the event, she stood in front of the class, dressed in a vibrant Ankara gown. She spoke about Nigerian traditions, shared stories, and even taught them a simple dance. When she presented a plate of jollof rice, the room filled with laughter and excited chatter as students eagerly tried it. "This is delicious," one student exclaimed. By the end of her presentation, the whispers had turned to applause. As Tolu packed up her things after class, a group of students approached her. "Your presentation was amazing," one said. "Can you teach us more about your dances?" Another chimed in, And bring more jollof rice next time. Tolu laughed, her heart swelling with gratitude. As she walked home with Jisoo that evening, she felt a newfound sense of belonging. "Thank you," she said to him. "For what?" Jisoo asked. "For reminding me that being different is my strength." The end. If you want me to continue with the love story of Tolu and Jisoo, comment continue.